everybody. Welcome back to Bitch. I'm Misty. Tonight we're trying something a little different. You guys know I think that we should all have conversations with people we don't agree with, right? And so I'm gonna try to practice what I preach here. You guys probably know Sequoia Morwhite. He made some rounds last year. I think I first met you on Franco's show, Frank Analysis, which everybody should be subscribed to, by the way. Everybody should be subscribed to Franco. But then also we have Cy Oppenheimer here. Oppenheimer? Am I saying that right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So Cy is running for State Seat 12.
Yes, indeed.
So do you want to take a few minutes and just introduce yourself to our audience?
I would love to. Thank you. My name is Cy Oppenheimer. As she stated, I am running for State Seat 12 with the intention of getting big money out of politics once and for all. With a little help from my friends at BlackRock and Boeing and you at home, we can make it happen. I'm here to tell you how.
So how exactly are you getting money out of politics with your friends Boeing?
That's a great question. You know, I look at America like a business. And for a business to grow, you build relationships. And once you're of a certain age, you don't throw away your long-standing relationships, your long-standing customers. You bind closer together. So if I'm going to help tackle corruption, if I walk into a meeting and I sit down next to a stranger and we need to hash out something for the good of the country, it's going to be a little stilted. It's going to be a little difficult. But if I sit down and I'm staring down Dave Calhoun, Boeing CEO and president, my longtime friend and golf buddy, who I've affectionately referred to as the Hoon Dog, I promise you we will refer to a meeting that comes to a greater understanding and really brings us to an answer that I wouldn't get to if I was sitting down with a stranger who I'd never gone on a ski retreat with. As soon as you have that learned experience specifically that comes from a ski trip, you bond with someone in a way that the little fights, the little difficulties, they go out the window. We can get in, we can hammer out the problems, we can get results. That takes a friendship. And that's a friendship that I've established throughout the world of small businesses like Boeing.
Okay. None of that made sense, but thank you for those platitudes. Sequoia, do you support Cy's campaign for State Seat 12?
You know, I don't. After 2020, I kind of felt like checking out a little bit. I went down to Costa Rica. I signed up for an ayahuasca seminar, where I ran into Cy, and he told me about his vision for America, and I thought, well, I mean, really, when you get down to it, there's a limited opportunity for people who see the country the way that Cy does. Let's be perfectly honest, demographically, he doesn't necessarily hit the right id poll buttons, but he's got a promise for each and every individual in his district, and that is he is going to make money. Work for money again.
And when I succeed, we all succeed.
It's true, because it has been proven that as your congressman increases in value, your district increases in value. So what we're doing is kind of a next generation investment here, Misty. We're allowing the people to get in on the ground floor with the big guys and go along for the ride. Almost in the way that, well, let's say a pyramid works. It's a very holistic approach we've gone with for the Oppenheimer campaign.
Imagine rain at the top of a pyramid. It's going to trickle its way down. Eventually.
Yeah, we've heard that for a long time, though. So here's the thing. Okay.
It'll be gritty. It'll be mostly mud.
No, here's the thing. That doesn't work. We all know it doesn't work. Electoral politics don't work. So I mean, and I talk about this with everybody on my show. So why do you think how do you think you're going to get elected and change things, Cy? Like, how do you really think that you're going to? Because I ask every candidate. I don't talk to a lot of candidates. But the ones I have talked to, I don't shy away from this conversation because you think that you can get elected and change. Are you running as a Democrat?
I am.
That's a great idea. Do you really think you're going to change the Democratic Party?
I do.
And how exactly do you think you're going to do that? I guess is my question.
See, I look at American politics like a busy highway. We got a lot of people vying for space. And sometimes you get into a gridlock. And that's where we're at right now. We are in gridlock. And gridlock can be frustrating, right? But the thing is, gridlock is just a natural byproduct of everybody trying to get to the same place together. In the end, we all want to go to the same place. Doesn't mean the road's bad. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't be in our cars. All that means is that when someone with some big ideas wants to get onto the road too, we got to slow down a little bit so we can let them merge. Got to let them get in there.
If
That
not,
takes time.
build them their own personal on-ramp.
Or a tunnel.
I feel like
There are
what
many
the
options.
Oppenheimer campaign provides is an opportunity for access to on-ramps for all.
And that kind of mind-bending stagnation that comes from sitting in gridlock traffic, that again, that is a normal byproduct of a healthy and functioning democracy. As soon as you get antsy, as soon as you start thinking, you know what, I want to get there faster than these other guys, I'm going to make my own lane. Exactly. You make a third party. I'm going to make another lane. Let's make an extra lane. But you know what? That lane wasn't tested. It's probably not safe. That's how accidents happen. That's how lives get destroyed. And that's how families get broken.
Well, and
so
that's
in
why it's so
summation,
important.
third parties kill families.
Yeah, you have to hire. That's why you have to hire your paving company out of the OAS or the Clinton campaign. Yeah, possibly Justice Democrats, just to make sure that there's somebody there who at least knows what the heck they're doing. I mean,
so third parties kill families. Okay, that's a very bold statement, I guess. Really,
the shirts are in our stores now.
Oh, it's funny because it's really probably true. Yeah. Okay, so my problem has always been with electoral politics, you guys, and you guys both know this. Oh, well, okay, let's start here. How did you think Joe Biden did last night on the State of the Union? What did you think of that of that speech?
Well, I think it was a great moment for the country to appreciate the moments that we can come together. For example, at the light of the suffering of the innocent people of Ukraine right now, at the behest of a madman and a monster, and Vladimir Putin, who is, I'm told, and have seen, literally doing imperialism.
Yeah. That's
and it's not something we've seen in hundreds of years. So it's shocking. It is shocking to see imperialism on the world stage. God damn it. Nine minutes.
9 minutes. God damn it.
We're back.
I was trying. I couldn't get through anything, dude, because I should have taken more time at the top. I should have taken more. I went in too early, and then I was we went in too early. I should have waited for and I got the giggles out. That would have been better. Okay.
Unique New York.
Guys, we have a troll. Hi, Benny. Fun. Or I have a troll, I guess I should say. Sorry. Okay, so Cy.
Yes.
You like the speech from Joe Biden? You think that that's a good direction for the country to go in?
You know, he was a little soft for my
on
taste.
What?
I mean, across the board. I understand.
Like, for example, how much more money do you want to give to cops? Do you think we should be giving more money to cops?
I feel like you can't put a price on safety. I feel like most police officers, when they patrol the streets, there's a fear that comes with that patrol. You know, at any moment, danger could be around every corner. So a lot of those decisions are made as a knee-jerk reaction. It might be you're alone. You might have one officer with you. picture this. Instead of a cruiser with one, maybe two officers, what if every cruiser was a SWAT van? Instead of 2 officers, you had 9 officers. Then there's nothing to fear because they are the fear. They bring the fear through the neighborhood. There's no other fear to fear. It's just them. That's how you get safety. That's how you get results. Fear.
Oh, that's a very interesting approach. I guess that would be your approach also with foreign policy, fear.
Absolutely.
Of course. Yes. So how would you what advice would you give to Joe Biden as he navigates the Ukraine situation? I mean, what's your position on that?
It is always important to support our allies. And if we learned anything after we single-handedly defeated the Nazis while Russia stood by and watched, it's that once you make a commitment and you form a partnership, you honor that partnership. And if working with and assimilating Nazis was good enough for the greatest generation, by gosh, it's good enough for this one.
Well, I think that's an important distinction that you make right there, is that people unfortunately can't seem to wrap their heads around the difference between real Nazis, like the Trump loving, freedom wanting people in trucks that went and sent terrorist money up to Canada. Thanks. You know what? I'm a progressive guy. I don't really enjoy Hillary Clinton that much, but I caught her over the weekend on TV, and she did manage to take time out of encouraging hellfire to be rained down upon the citizens of Russia until they cease their hedonistic onslaught, to thank Anonymous and the rest of the hacktivist community for going above and beyond, extra miling it day in and day out, ceaselessly in shifts, so that not a minute is missed of carrying the water for the State Department. And honestly, these fellas that are normally up to no good have been exemplary over the last week in their service to the United States government and NATO.
I actually
In
agree with
fact,
Sequoia Morwhite right now. Absolutely.
Who needs a draft when you've got volunteers like this doing all of the cyber ops on behalf, again, of the United States government and NATO, thanked personally by Hillary Clinton? It is an incredible coming together, and this is another thing that we saw in the State of the Union last night. And I agree with Cy. I don't think you can put a price on safety, but you can point guns at it.
I need that on a shirt. I'm not even kidding.
I could do this all night. I could do this
And
all night.
A lot of criticisms leveled at Joe Biden last night were that he doesn't intend to follow through on what he said, or
Of course not.
that he was saying something that he'd already promised previously that still hadn't come to light. And I think in trying times like this, that there's something to be said for words of comfort, for words that bring you peace, and not worrying about what tomorrow's going to bring, living in the now, living in the words that are washing over you now and pacifying you now. If a candidate talks the talk, I mean, what more can you really ask? If a voter hears that, you know what they're going to say? Sure, you can talk the talk, so I'll vote for you because of it. And that's how we win.
And that's how we win. I see. Yeah, but that's the problem, though, don't you think? Is that, I mean, like, for example, let's take the squad. Let's take the squad. All they do is tweet. What do you plan to do that's going to be any different than just tweeting about Captain Obvious stuff and ask, what life-saving legislation would do for you and your family?
Again, I feel like where the squad falls short is in not the tweets themselves, but the frequency and repetition of the tweets. I feel like if you are hammering that message home, picture not the personal and political accounts of, let's say, the fabulous Miss Ilhan Omar. What if there were 20 Ilhan Omar bots, and every couple minutes they were just peppering those messages in, really driving that unity home?
So more
You know,
tweets.
if you are in an absolute pit of despair, sometimes all you need is to really think about what could be on the other side of that despair. You know, what could those words really bring to you? Actions get lost in the news. A policy that can change. I can write a bill, another guy can come along, he can do it all away. But my words, those are going to last forever.
Especially because they're online. In fact, we're considering doing most of the campaign in the metaverse entirely. We would like to have the first constituency that is made up entirely of metaverse avatars. You can purchase Vote for Psy metaverse yard signs through our online store right now. We are always accepting Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum. Always. You know, I feel like there's an opportunity with this campaign to really welcome people into, well, kind of a brave new world. And I feel like with Psy going to have the kind of candidate. Absolutely, young lady, you can get
Have
Vote
I
for
got
Psy
news
NFTs.
for
You
you?
can get Vote for Psy NFTs. You can get the yard signs that I was talking about. Functionally work the exact same way as an NFT. In fact, we're having a donor rally and meet and greet this weekend at a location that you can get all of the details for on the website. And instead of the average per plate donation, we're going to have a series of NFT auctions. You can register for those for a mere 100 Ethereum.
That's quite a bargain, everybody. Glory Jones, there you go. You can get you some NFTs. I still don't understand NFTs.
It's wide open.
Oh, goodness.
This is part of a direct to the people messaging. We want to get out. We want to shake the hands. We want to shake the babies. We want to kiss the hands. We want to kiss the babies. Anything we can do to really cement this relationship. And that's going to be in phase 1 of the campaign tour, stopping the clock, talking the talk, and hawking democracy straight to the flock.
It's a peer-to-peer format that we've been working on. It's more of an open-sourced democracy.
Democracy is important. Yes, I agree. Democracy is totally. Are you saving democracy, or are you what's happening? Are you going to save democracy?
I think what's more correct to say, Mindy, is that democracy is saving us. That's what's going to happen. Again, policy, we want to rethink policy in this age, in the age of the metaverse. What can policy be? Policy isn't something that's set in stone by any means. Policy is you having tacos tonight, you having meatloaf tomorrow night. Policy is how you feel when you wake up in the morning. Policy isn't what you're going to do that night, but policy is how you're going to feel afterwards. Policy is fluid, and so is life in the metaverse.
Oh boy.
You see why I'm so hot on this guy, right? You see how when we met down there in Costa Rica, it was like, wow, now here is someone who I can really connect with, who I can really get who speaks to me in words that go into my ears and sound pleasant and fade away so that I can get back to doing whatever I want to do. And really, ultimately, what I want to do is what I want out of a candidate. I just want to do what I want. I don't want to think about what some guy off in Washington's doing, man. I mean, I got shit to do, right? And I feel like that size speaks to that demographic as well.
Promises made, followed by more promises.
Promises squared, really. I mean, what more could anybody ask for?
That sounds like a Cy Oppenheimer voter to me.
We've been kicking around an idea at the office. Maybe you and your audience can tell us what you think of it, Margie. It's familiar rhetoric, familiar results.
I like it. I need that on a shirt too, and I'm not pretending. I'm not kidding. That definitely needs to happen. Real talk.
And again, third parties kill family shirts are available now in the site.
Yes, of course, on the website. Yeah. Okay, so obviously, I'm an Assange supporter. I mean, I've kind of been loud about it for a few years now. So what do you think about Julian Assange? Do you support the dropping of the charges and the freeing of Julian Assange?
I do.
Interesting.
I wholeheartedly do.
Interesting. Care to elaborate?
You know, I am just one man. Unfortunately, this is in the hands of the Justice Department, and I will defer to them for their final decision. But, you know, in my heart and in my soul, we know he needs to be free.
Nice. Are you going to do anything about that?
I have a series of tweet storms arranged on the hour, every hour, from both my professional and personal accounts. Yes.
Oh, well, we have an action in April coming up in DC. You should come out, Cy. You should come out to that event.
I've actually we're busy in April. We're going on we're going on a statewide tour with Marianne Williamson. Really looking forward.
She's an Assange supporter. Maybe we could convince her to you guys can just come. All of you can come. She's an Assange supporter. Everybody can come to the Assange action.
She's actually arranged a tour of some fantastic Israeli cafes that we're really excited.
I believe that weekend we're doing Taste of Israel in wine country. However, we'll catch you next time.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So somebody in the chat, Sequoia, thinks you should go on Slow News Day. Have you heard of Slow News Day?
Never heard of it.
Oh.
Logistics nightmare. That's what I've heard, at least.
Never heard of it.
Okay, well, I'm friends with the guy that hosts it. He's a really good friend of mine. His name's Steve. You should go on that show and talk to Steve about some stuff.
It's probably some tinfoil hat bullshit. I don't know.
That's some tinfoil hat bullshit. Okay. Well, I mean, he also has a really great co-host, Glory Jones. She's the best. I highly recommend at least watching the show. I mean, I don't know if I could get you on, but you know, you could at least watch it.
I will check it out. I think I've heard of Glory Jones. Big hair, can't shut up. Anime nerd, right?
I think they call those. I think the cool kids call those weebs. I think.
Okay.
I don't know. My kid's a weeb, apparently. I basically gave birth to Glory Jones, by the way. Anyway,
that's a neat trick.
Huh?
That's a neat trick.
I know. Okay. Oh, Glory Jones in the chat wants to know what your position is on vaccine mandates for children. Glory Jones is trying to get my channel taken down right now. I just got a strike just from saying those words right now. Just then, strike guaranteed.
You know,
fuck YouTube,
Miss Jones. I would answer you with 2 words. January 6th. Thank you.
I would follow that up with 2 words of my own. Trust the science.
Math is not your strong suit, huh? Yeah.
sciences.
Right.
Well, I do have a degree in political science
Right.
and international relations.
I was a business major.
Did you say international relations, Sequoia?
That's correct.
Oh, okay. So, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has a degree in international relations, if I recall, and she punted on the Venezuelan coup. What's your position on that?
Well, I've found that it's a very complex area and it's very turbulent. However, in light of the fact that Nicolas Maduro has essentially made Venezuela unlivable for a certain portion of the population and has ostensibly helped facilitate terrorism in the region and abroad, and is known to work with hostile nations like Iran, just signed the Belt Road Initiative with China, who is inarguably our greatest enemy, even though we're currently in a very tense situation with, again, a madman. It is difficult for one individual Congress person to stand in the way of, well, let's be honest, the best interests of the United States national security. So in as much as I abhor the thought of unnecessary bloodshed, I do see a reason where we would want to keep a rather tight leash on Maduro.
Sorry, I have a cat that might be throwing up.
You
Awkward.
should try shaking it.
Kick it straight under here. Okay.
Have you checked your home for directed energy weapons?
No, do I need to worry about that, Si?
I mean, in this day and age, we know that Russian influence is everywhere. But
I'm friends with Putin. It's fine. Don't worry.
Havana was not the only battleground.
Ooh, I bet I could scare both of you.
Where sonic weapons were deployed against some of our own. So.
He's always watching.
He who must not be named.
I do find it odd that you have a picture of a brutal dictator and someone who imprisons
It's a Halloween
journalists.
mask. Simmer down, Sequoia. It's just a Halloween mask.
You know that man hates the LGBTQ community.
Does he?
Except for bears.
Really?
Hold on.
Bears. Okay.
Anybody? No. I went off script there a little bit.
Yeah.
When Cy plays his own John McMahon, Ed McMahon gave yourself your own hey-oh. Would you look at that?
Oh. I don't remember what we're talking about now. Venezuela? Were we talking about Venezuela?
Somehow, yes.
Yeah, how did we get to Venezuela anyway? I'm too high for this shit.
I feel like that at this point the audience should throw questions.
They have
Yeah,
been a
Let's
little
open
bit.
the floor.
I'm terrible at reading the chat though. Real talk. Other than my troll, I forget his name. What was his name?
Benny.
Jack, will you please stop? Jack. This cat, I swear to fucking God. Can you please stop? Seriously, you're going to break shit. Okay, I'm sorry. She is fucking insane. Please. Stop. Such an asshole. Okay, chat. Sorry. She's going to break something. If there's like a loud crash, don't worry. Oh, she just turned the printer on. That's good. Oh, Glory wants to know, would Cy support the BOFA Act if you get into office?
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
Full support.
I like it. Jack, please stop it.
Oh, I support 100%.
Pardon me if you hear meowing. That's Henry Katzinger.
We both have cat issues. I like that, Cy. I like that you have cats, I will say. Oh, Cynic has a question. What is your position on the federal legalization of marijuana cannabis?
Ooh. You know, that's a tricky question. I've yet to see sufficient evidence as to its medicinal value. So I am a little less than inclined to offer my my full weight behind it. But I do think it's something that should be looked into in this day and age.
I see.
See, this is where we diverge, my friend, because you have not checked out the returns that I have sent you from California and from Oregon and from New Jersey. There is a job creation avenue here at a very, very significant increase in portfolio for the right investors. It presents both opportunity and inclusivity.
Ooh, okay. Oh. I feel like the word lucrative is just around the corner, and that's going to be my anchor. If that's where you were headed, I feel like this is something I should be looking into. So,
well, let me put it to you this way: John Boehner, former Speaker of the House, Republican gentleman, very, very Catholic, prone to
Being a douche canoe.
prone to writing the occasional tear-stained letter.
He was a big crier.
Upon retiring from Congress, started a venture capital fund and went into the weed game. And now John Boehner is a very, very, very rich weepy douchebag.
Yes, he is.
Because most states, when they legalize, understand that your average criminal cannot run a business properly. So you need corporate cannabis in order to help facilitate properly. So by and large, in most states, the small and medium farmers are effectively outsourced or phased out, transitioned to new, or at least invited to become successful elsewhere. Encouraged to become successful elsewhere.
that reminds me, I need to call John Boehner. We haven't spoken in a long time. Fun story. Once we'd left a Waffle House. It was about 2:30 in the morning, and he knew a great cigar shop. He called the guy, had him come open up. He didn't want to, but Boehner threatened to kill his family. So he lets us into the humidor, and he thanked the guy, and he said, "No problem, Bane Joe." And I said, "Bane Joe?" And he said, don't let that get around. So of course I did. Turns out his wife calls him Bane Joe. His kids call him Bane Joe. I've never heard it uttered on the cable, but just a little fun insight into who John Boehner is. Yep, loves a good cigar.
I bet he does.
I feel like that's what you would name the dog in a buddy cop movie that involved a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oz wants to know your position on carbon, how to eliminate carbon and halt climate change.
This Thursday on Banjo and Street.
You know, we've seen a lot of promising information coming out about companies able to capture and in some cases eliminate as much as 4% of their output. And that's a big step in the right direction that, you know, could buy us an extra 3 or 4 years of life on this planet. And I think that's something to be proud of. I think we're making steps.
Well, I think the most important part is that we get all the major players at the table and in some sort of consensus about where we go from here.
Mm-hmm. And that table needs to be at high ground, a very, very high elevation.
Well, certainly. And preferably no one sitting down until at least 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because these aren't things you want to rush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Reefer wants to know who your favorite Care Bear is, and I want to know that too, actually. Do you have a favorite Care Bear?
For you, sir, I have 2 words. January 6th. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
I can't believe we don't have like a commemorative bear at this point, though, honestly. You know what I mean?
But no, the 9/11 bear.
I'm for sure there's that. For sure I bet you $1 million there's that.
Oh God!
Somebody make me a January 6th bear.
I can't tell you how many times I tried to look myself in the eye today and go January 6th. And I cannot do it. How do people take that seriously?
Oh my God! How do you say it though? Like how? I mean, I know these people are dead inside. Like they don't operate on any like real. Nothing is real, but Jesus Christ. Like to be able to say, like you go to Judge Shane, he's proud of our president today. And like Hillary Clinton wanting to hold Putin accountable. Hillary Clinton wants to hold Putin accountable. Really? Shut the fuck up. Oh.
Vladimir Putin is a monster.
Sorry, I'm in such a bad mood this week. I mean, I keep apologizing for it because it's bad. Like I'm over it.
Bitch, I put on a scarf for this.
You didn't put on a scarf for this. I am upset. More other people in the chat were upset too that you didn't have the man bun.
Yo,
I know.
The fuck you want from me? My hair does not grow that fast, and I'm due for a haircut, and I kind of feel like
that's the least I can
Sequoia.
Yeah, Jesse's got the man bun. I mean, it's not like your man bun less, right? We got a man bun. It's all good.
My hair's still a little wet. This is gonna get weird fast. Hang on a second.
I never see your hair down. It's crazy.
I was thinking about doing like the Adam Kokesh before his hair was like actually growing out, and he had like the tiny little itty bitty man bun right on top, the little samurai.
I remember that
thing.
when he was on the vigil a couple times. Yeah. I need to get him back on a vigil. What the fuck?
Well, so we were supposed to go to his birthday party over the weekend, right as I was getting into LA. He was like, surprise snowstorm in the mountains. We got hit with nearly a foot of snow. We're going to push the thing back 3 weeks. So
he's living his best life.
I mean, he's the kind of, I don't know, insane motherfucker that's like, yeah, I'm turning 40. I'll invite several hundred people, have speakers and a theme, and tell people to bring a costume. And yeah,
that's what I used to do. I used to be cool. Like I used to do fun stuff. No, like I couldn't do that with my kids. There's no way. But I love parties, especially a theme party. Oh, give me a good theme party. Love it. So fun.
I'm good at pulling off surprise parties. I am. I have.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty good at surprise stuff.
I have that as a skill set. I do.
Yeah.
Up, though, if you don't mind.
Yeah, don't blame me. It's probably
Are we
hot.
dressing down? Are we done? Okay.
We tried. I still have questions. You can still answer questions.
We got a good half hour in.
Oh yeah, no. I'll
know.
still do soul dead answers to these questions. 'Cause they're
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. They really are. I'll even
Yeah.
put the glasses back on because I got a couple of DMs while this was going on. I don't know.
Ooh la la.
Listen to you. All right, so
no, dude, the man bun did things to people. The man bun definitely did things to people.
Did
I
it?
don't think the glasses. Oh yeah.
That's funny.
Felt some sort of way about that.
The man bun.
You would think that like being ruggedly handsome in and of itself would be enough, but no, apparently not.
It's a tough
Apparently not.
It's your cross to bear, Poikinen.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, man.
All right. Reef, why are you putting out pictures of catnip and fish? What the fuck does that mean, dude? Okay, Charlie Mack wants to know how you would handle the homeless crisis. Cy Oppenheimer, how would you handle the homeless population?
You know, as a candidate, I've never given much thought to the homeless before.
Cut.
I mean, there's your soundbite.
I don't even know where to go with that. Oh God, that's pretty great. You need that on a shirt too. As a candidate, I've never given much thought to the
Man, same.
Oh man. There's your headline, ladies and gentlemen.
That's kind of wordy for a shirt, honestly, but I mean, maybe on a tote bag.
Or it's just be I've never given much thought to the homeless before.
Yeah.
As a candidate, you just put Cy Oppenheimer.
I've never given
I'm
much
Cy
thought
Oppenheimer,
to the
and I approve
as
this
a candidate.
message.
I've never given much thought to the homeless before, and then it immediately cuts to it freezes on you smiling like an idiot. The "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" music kicks in for like I don't know a couple of bars, and then it screen wipe to the
seriously.
Whatever the tagline is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is your tagline, Cy? Do you have like a Bernie had not me, us, and Barack Obama had hope and change?
They wrote real change we can talk about is one that really connects with people on a deep level. I am not your enemy is another one that really cuts through right to the core of the unity. When we did one for the women's group, we did a lot of reflection on a message that inspired warmth and open communication, and that was you should smile more. That went over very well. It was a very successful meeting.
I personally like the change we can talk, real change we can talk about. That's it's pretty good. I need that on a shirt too, but we can't even really. What do you think about social media censorship that's going on right now? RT's been taken off of YouTube in the UK, and like Tara Reid and a bunch of people lost their Lee Camp, their podcasts were taken off of Spotify. So I know that you're no fan of Russia. What do you think about the censorship that's going on?
You know, it's a necessary evil. I hate to say it. I feel that if you let everybody say whatever they want all the time, you're going to run into danger somewhere along the line. Someone's going to start using that freedom for the wrong reasons. And freedom done for the wrong reasons isn't really freedom at all. It's tyranny. It is absolute tyranny, a la January 6th.
I think the important thing to remember here is at the end of the day, these are private companies, and private companies are going to do what private companies are going to do. And it's not really up to us to enforce the rules. I mean, there is, after all, a separation here. We're not Russia. It's one of the reasons that we're helping the Ukrainians stand up to this kind of country that is running around out there doing fascist imperialism.
I might not like everyone's opinion, but as long as it doesn't hurt me and everyone else, you know, I mean, if it's a bother to me, I can live with that. I can tough it up. But once it's a threat to our way of life, our democracy, which, as we know, is heavily besieged, you know, I pick my battles. After a violent bout of projectile diarrhea from a McGriddle, I didn't begin besieging all my McDonald's, demanding that they take McGriddles off the menu, because I knew it was just me. But if I knew without a doubt that every McGriddle made had that potential, I would be relentless, and I would not stop until they were censored, until you couldn't see or talk about a McGriddle anymore.
See no, hear no, say no, McGriddle, vote Oppenheimer.
Fuck.
I don't know why that makes me giggle so
We're
hard,
just
but
stacking up slogans tonight. My God.
Fuck.
The cornucopia full of them.
oh boy. Hey, Sequoia, did you give up your man bun for Lent, or did you trade it in for the scarf?
So if you would like to know, every time I end a significant relationship, I ritualistically shave. This is the regrowth of that ritualistic shaving, which I have a very, very skilled Taiwanese woman do. Yeah,
They say when McNamara went back to civilian life, he shaved.
Hand forged straight razor. It's fascinating. We drink a bunch of Cobra whiskey. There's a ceremony. You should try it. It's healing. It's a kind of a, I don't know, it's a way of letting go. I feel like everyone in the next couple of weeks should hop on a plane, swing on by to Thailand for a couple of weeks, and while you're there, get yourself ritualistically shaved. It's spring. It's time to go on vacation, get a little traveling in.
Renewal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like a rebirth. That's why I love spring, actually. What do you guys think about the birds aren't real theory?
I can't comment on that.
I don't know why that made me giggle. It did, though.
The Oppenheimer campaign cannot comment on the birds aren't real question. I would like to direct you to our official website.
I'm going to defer you to the Department of Justice on that.
I don't even know where I was going to go with that. I really don't. I have no idea where I was headed with that. No clue. None whatsoever. Thought I had a direction for it, and it didn't know.
Oh, Andy says they're all surveillance drones for the government, right? I thought everybody knew that.
There is
Oh?
no
This interview's over.
proof. No proof.
There's no proof, huh?
whatsoever that pigeons and seagulls are in fact mechanical drones. That's you know what? No,
I can't
really,
disprove
because,
it.
look, I mean, okay, so on that shit though, like that's funny because it's funny, right? But there are tens of thousands of cameras on you in every major city, everywhere, basically anytime you step outside, especially now that everybody has an Amazon Ring, and Amazon Ring is giving a whole fuck ton of information to like ICE and all of the other feds. And so you don't need spy pigeons. It might be a cool view, especially if you shot that shit in walleye, right? Like it would be kind of fun.
Another great takeaway from that is that thanks to our friends at Amazon, there is security on every doorstep.
Yeah.
Watching its doorstep, watching your doorstep, watching your children at play, watching you through your window. The kind of safety that does not sleep.
Facebook it has contracts with a bunch of cities in Africa that are like planned housing communities wired with fiber optics on the condition that all of the data from the house goes straight to fucking Facebook.
I hate everything. Sorry. There I go again. Okay, Charlie Mack has a good question. If either of you ever ran for president, who would be on your short list for vice president and why?
Dan Quayle.
Is he still alive?
I mean, Bane Joe, if he's willing to get back in the game, throw his hat in the ring. I'd like to round out my top three. I mean, you know, he's no spring chicken, but he's probably got another good 30 years in him. Henry Kiss. I think he's got a lot of promise. I think he'd bring a certain warmth that the vice presidency has been missing, a certain humanity. And yeah, I think he'd excel.
All right, Sequoia, who would be your vice president?
Oh, it's a three-way tie between Patrice Cullors, Martin Shkreli, and a co-vice presidency with the Winklevoss twins.
Oh. All right. Oh, okay. Extensions should have been used. No, I need Steve with extensions. Oh my god! Can we please do that in DC?
I was in the thrift store being like, man, these bitches have it so fucking easy. Change your whole fucking appearance by slapping on some different fucking face paint and a wig. I like do all kinds of shit. Yeah.
I will gladly funnel some of my Act Blue money over to you to get you the hairpiece we need.
Right. Right.
I mean, really, appearances are everything in politics. So you really want to get that
man bun wig that money can buy.
Yeah, no, that can happen. I had like a almost matching hair color afro wig, and then when I put it on, I fucking looked like Hyde from that 70s show, and I was like, oh shit.
I have a direct line to Raytheon CEO Greg Hayes, and if you like, I can get you one made of actual human child hair.
I would take a private plane full of coke if you've got it like that. if we're in character in the moment. I would take the revenue from a private plane. You'd turn that into some pretty cool shit. I could.
Coke plane, the true story of Sequoia Morwhite.
Right.
Morwhite, I get it. Okay, it all makes sense now. It all ties in the end.
Applejack wants to know your position on Joe Rogan.
Again, I hate the idea of censorship. It is a necessary evil for a man who is creating essentially the podcast version of January 6th. It is like reliving the assault on our Capitol every episode. And at some point it has to stop before our democracy stops dead in its tracks. At the
I
feet.
feel like it was cute
Tiny,
when it was
petite feet of Joe Rogan.
DMT and Let's Get Mike Tyson High, and it was all fun and games when it was just comics. But when he turned his platform into a voice for the alt-right, and
it is a war on science at this point,
and malinformation. He's just opened the door to, as I pointed out, January 6th and other events that have the potential to turn into horrific acts of white nationalist terrorism, like we saw on that fateful day, which was the worst day in American history.
By far.
You couldn't even get it out. Oh, come on.
I mean, I am smoking a fucking joint while I'm doing this, but
yeah. It's the day AOC was almost murdered. Her almost death date. It's a sad day in history. Okay, chemtrails. Oh, sigh. What do you think about chemtrails?
You know, I have a long, rich relationship, as I've stated previously, with Boeing president and CEO Dave Calhoun, the Hoon Dog. And I have his personal assurances that the substances that may or may not be released during these phenomena that people have allegedly witnessed would be absolutely harmless were they real. That's enough for me. That's straight from the mouth of the Hoon Dog.
Oh, I think I need a Hoon Dog shirt too, actually. I need shirts.
Dave Calhoun's face. Dave, the Hoon Dog Calhoun, president and CEO, Boeing.
Oh my God. I really do kind of need that actually now.
I don't know why you would bother with something silly like chemtrails when there's actual climate change that you could worry about. And I feel like if we don't push our
I find it suspicious that you haven't asked us about Yemen at all. Maybe it's not on your radar.
The thing, though, I don't talk about Yemen. I've never talked about Yemen before. So we can't talk about Yemen here. That's not a thing that I talk about. In fact, you're lucky that I'm allowing you to speak on anything other than Julian Assange. Because really, just every word out of my mouth is Julian Assange. So that's why we haven't talked about Yemen. We can talk about Palestine, though. That's fine, I think. I'll have to check with my trolls, though. Sequoia, what do you think of Hillary supporter and Jimmy Dore? And also, somebody's been asking, is Jimmy Dore a Nazi?
Of course, Jimmy Dore is a Nazi. I thought we established that 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago. How long ago was forced to vote? It seems like 5 years ago.
Knowingly engaged in dialogue with right-wing bad faith actors on numerous occasions. That's the definition of Nazism. Not the
Oh.
kind
Yeah,
that we ally
if
with.
he's if
Not the
okay,
kind that
I
gets the
will
job at
give him the
NASA.
benefit. I will give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's Nazi adjacent.
Mhm,
Oh, okay.
And
It's
he
generous.
has platformed
mhm,
outright Nazis.
mhm.
Like who? Can
He
you name one?
Not the
he
good
had
kind.
that
Again, not the kind of Nazis that we let work at NASA.
he let that
Bad Nazis.
violent boogaloo boy on his
Mhm,
show, gave him a platform to
mhm.
spout his hate.
Yep.
He's talked to a number of different right wingers and agents of disinformation.
Bad faith actors.
Um,
The whole bunch.
all around. Red Brown Alliance people like Max Blumenthal and Fiorella Isabel from time to time. Horrible people.
Mhm.
The worst.
Noted agitators.
I've also heard they're grifters.
Of the highest order. My God. You're going to pretend that you're some kind of progressive thinker, that you're some kind of Marxist, Leninist, or communist while you're sitting there on platforms that rake in cryptocurrency, while you're sitting there with an audience in Jimmy Dore's case, where multiple things are behind paywalls and what? No. It's all a giant grip. None of these people even mean anything that they say, except for all of the things they say, which could be immediately construed as being right wing. And then they mean those 100% and have always meant those and always will mean those, because that's who they are. At the root of it is crypto fash, white nationalist Nazi grifters. Yeah.
What do
And
you
bad
think,
faith
Sai?
actors.
I feel like once you level any kind of criticism at Vice President Harris, you have crossed a line into bigotry that cannot be uncrossed.
Well,
You
you've just
you
proven
have
that you're
forged
not.
forward into a Rubicon that it's a no man's land. It is the no man's land of far right nationalism, and it's unfortunately all too short of a pipeline from a trustworthy journalist to a trucker loving convoy couch is what we should call them, because they love them some trucker convoys.
Well, you've proven that you're just not serious when you embrace this kind of dangerous rhetoric and ideology. If you're going to take the
It's a
example
powder
that
keg.
Sai used here of criticizing a brave, smart, and first woman of color to be vice president ever, which is historic.
Historic. Historic. Thank you.
Correct. Now it shows that these people
Historic.
lack the ability to apply the right historical lens to the context in which Kamala Harris wakes up embattled every day.
Oh,
And again, this is why this is the man I chose to help represent me and help make sure that we can get things done.
or just talk about it. Glory Jones wants to know if you guys will go on the convo couch. Will you guys set up the convo couch?
Absolutely. You know what? I have been on the convo couch. I had a lovely time. In fact, last year, I met with Fiorella and their, I don't know, little Guatemalan boy cameraman. I can't remember his name, but he forgot to record our interview. So
Poor
we
guy.
do have a makeup to do.
I myself haven't. I would be open to it, although I imagine it would be an abusive and belligerent interview that I would be subjected to. But I would bear the brunt of that. I would face those cannons willingly to get my message out to the American people.
Okay, look, let me give you a pro tip here, man. Make sure that you get scheduled with both of them and try and hang out with like the peppy happy one, because he'll buy you lunch.
Oh, they really want you to comment on the birds, Si.
The other one not so much. She's kind of a dick.
I don't know where else this is being streamed. That's a Sleepy Josh question. I honestly have no idea. Places.
Concept of birds.
Oh, you're going to speak on the birds? Okay. Let's hear it, Si.
I phrase this. The concept of birds as a tool of surveillance is asinine, to say the least, and accurate, to say the most.
Yeah, I think what my friend's trying to say here.
Oh.
Is that there's a brave and noble and brilliant man, contentious to say the least, but certainly worthy of our respect, and that's former Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld, who said that there are known knowns and there are known unknowns. But then there are also unknown knowns and unknown unknowns. So I hope you find that answer both helpful and informative. Next.
There's is Bill Gates the greatest human being to ever live on this planet?
So I'll let you take this.
You know, I wouldn't say the greatest on the planet, but is he a cross sample, if you will, of some of the best among us, some of the brightest? Is he a shining example of what any kid in America who wants to grow up and oversee a medical armada without any medical background? You can do that. Tinker around with some computers. Find your way. America is an open expanse where Bill Gates is really every man. Bill Gates is any one of our kids. Bill Gates is waiting inside you to come out.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, I think after the last couple of years, you got to consider Bill Gates for the new Rushmore, the Metaverse Rushmore, perhaps. Yeah.
Metaverse Rushmore. That's totally gonna be a thing.
You got Bill Gates, you got Fauci. I mean, unfortunately, they'll probably put Peter Thiel up there, but I mean, let's be honest, the guy's brilliant. Don't really necessarily get to judge great men, and then of course, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King.
Strom Thurmond. Another pillar of American decency.
Oh,
I do want to find someone who looks at me the way that Joe Biden looked at Strom Thurmond. I do. I can find that one person. I feel like I can really make a connection. Yeah.
That reminds me of Ted Turner looking at why do my brain just go blank? Carl Sagan. Have you guys ever seen that interview?
No.
It is. I have a picture of it because I used to tweet about it. Maybe a tweet. I don't know. I used to tweet about it all the time where I would say, find you somebody that looks at you like Ted Turner looks at Carl Sagan. Because he's literally doing the.
I honestly just want somebody to look at me the way a laptop DJ looks at his own wrist when he's dancing. Like, I want somebody with like that kind of loving attention drawn.
That's
my
funny.
way.
They do that though. Oh, I had never thought of that before. Oh, have you chosen a campaign song? That's important. You got to have your campaign song and your little dance, your little flash mob thing you can get going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a Real Big Fish song that we're trying to work with the fellas to see if we could get the permission to use.
Oh, what?
Real Big Fish.
I don't know that I know any Real Big Fish.
They're a ska band from back in the day.
Awfully suspect. Sounds like something a Russian bot would say.
Hey, he's your guy.
Oh, no, I was talking about you. You're not familiar with Real Big Fish.
Oh, well, yeah, I am a... Duh. I
I
already told you. Putin's buddy. I would point to my money bags, but I forgot to put that sign there earlier. And I'm angry about it, actually. It's kind of annoying me. All right. What do you think of MMT? Oh, boy. Here goes Steve. I mean, Sequoia.
Look, there are a lot of things that I'm willing to experiment with. That's the campaign song I just threw in the private chat, by the way.
Okay.
A lot of things that I'm willing to experiment with. There's a lot of realities I'm willing to embrace. I do host a tantric workshop 2 months out of the year. So the realms of possibility wide open, ready to be filled. But MMT is just crazy. It's just crazy. Now look, I understand that perhaps I will be able to hover 2 inches above the ground in a pale blue robe if I pass certain steps as an initiate or neophyte before I get my true knowledge and understanding of MMT from the great and powerful Grumbine. I understand these are things that are supposed to occur, but really, I mean, look, I will sit here with a straight face all day long and tell you that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is the hardest working progressive we have in Washington, D.C. And if we don't back her and the rest of the squad, that is us throwing away every chance that we have for a future where our values are embraced at the legislative level. I can do that, but I cannot with any kind of seriousness entertain something as absolutely stupid as the cult of modern monetary theory.
I feel like the rules set in place by the Federal Reserve are such a core component of who we are in this country that if it wasn't meant to be, we wouldn't be have held in its inexorable grasp for hundreds of years. I feel like change is such a dangerous idea if it is rushed into. And I feel like we're, this country's doing pretty well for itself for just a fledgling nation, just a young buck country out there getting its feet wet. And I feel like we should give it a couple hundred more years before we make any rash decisions.
Yeah, I believe
how our financial structures work.
I believe Thoreau said central banks make good neighbors, and that's just good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Another shirt. Everything we keep saying, I keep thinking, I need another shirt. I'm gonna have like 74 new shirts. Oh, I can't. I have a problem, you guys. It's real. It's so bad. Okay. Shut it. I can't.
Hey man, I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping a straight face over here.
I'm trying.
I did okay for a while.
Yeah. Too early. I went in too early. I was not done giggling. And then I psyched myself out. And my cats are being fucking crazy. I have there's one now sleeping, but there's another one who's about to puke. Jack's trying to break shit. Yeah, it's a hot fucking mess over here. Okay, now here's another one. Another one just came join the party. Fucking it's a zoo. Hi. Come on. They're being fucking crazy. Okay. What the fuck? I just jumped. Sequoia looks like the stepdad who says you can call him by his first name.
Hey pal, how's it going? You know, you can call me Gary.
I spent all my money bags. I didn't spend them all. They're back there. It's fine. I just hit them.
Calls everybody sport. Yo, I'm willing to rock. I'm willing to rock. I am. No,
Warren just said calls kids champ.
Yeah. No, it's because the collar's down though. Because really, if I adjust the hair a little bit and throw the fucking scarf back on, it's a completely different douchebag.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yes. It really is. You do kind of look like somebody's stepdad right now.
Oh, that's funny.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sources say Mindy never spent her money bags. I mean, I do spend some of them.
Yeah, I
get new ones. It's fine. They just, the money bags just keep coming in. Lord Putin's very generous.
Somebody accused me of exploiting my dog on behalf of Vladimir Putin.
I saw that. Oh my God. Okay. It's out of control. They're like banning the cats. They're banning the cats. They're banning cats.
No. This is real shit. We didn't even cover it on the show this morning, and it was in the queue. But I can. The domain registry, or maybe we did. I don't know. It was fucking. We'll go through a lot of stuff. But the domain registry, the Ukraine has asked to have all Russian domains registered through the international system that registers domain and hosts anything on the internet. All Russian domains gone. That's incredible. That is an incredible step. And this is somebody who is not in a position really to negotiate.
Yeah.
So who's really doing the talking
Mm-hmm.
when they're saying that?
Mm-hmm.
I hate everything. Oh my God, I hate everything. I hate everything. Seriously, it's so dumb. What's the shit? The movie festival. Fuck.
Oh yeah, Glasgow.
What?
Was it Glasgow?
No.
Glasgow.
Glasgow. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They're banning any Russian film.
Yep.
Oh, right.
This is so fucking stupid. It's so, y'all, they banned cats. I don't even know what
There
to
was
say.
the university relented, but there was an Italian university that was going to ban a professor from teaching Dostoevsky, among other Russian authors. Dostoevsky, who Lenin threw in prison for reading and distributing, that's right, banned material.
We live in the worst timeline ever. Seriously. Ugh.
I'm actually really glad the audience went with stepdad who asked kid to call them by first name, because there's a lot of ways you can go with stepdad.
Mhm.
That one's pretty fucking wholesome. So
You're not my real dad, Brent.
appreciate that.
Brent.
Appreciate that. I don't even like dirt bikes, Brent. My real dad.
Oh.
You'll get a fucking garage tattoo. Suck half my dick, Brent.
That's another shirt.
Suck off my dick. Love it. I love it. I need shirts. Y'all, make me some. I don't know how to do the stuff. Like, make me some graphics for this shit. I need it. Mom says you suck in bed, Brett. Oh,
I've seen you in the
shit.
shower, Brett. That's not the cock on OnlyFans.
Oh God. Skylar and his friend Brent. Oh,
Skylar has a cousin named Dylan, and they hang out and huff paint and listen to Eminem together.
no, do not send me to a sensory deprivation tank.
Punch
That's not a good
holes in the
idea.
drywall.
No. Charlie Max said we got a crowdfund sending Missy to a rage room. A rage room I'll do 100%. Sensory deprivation tank scares the piss out of me.
Mhm.
There's a lot that goes on in my head. And if if I'm forced to focus on, I'm
The
a little
float
freaked out.
tank?
Huh?
No,
Yeah,
sensory
the float
deprivation.
tank.
or the
Yeah, like
sensory
everything,
deprivation
like
tank?
the sensory deprivation tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like there's not, I don't know if I could do
Mhm.
that, honestly. That freaks me out a little bit. My brain is like in constant 9,000 miles per hour.
Mhm.
Hey, yo, dude, I got it. I do. I don't know. Maybe. Can I practice meditate up for that? How long are we going in the tank for?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you can do it at like varying time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But all of it just freaks me out.
Yeah.
Right? Is
Maybe
this like
It
is
might be
this
great for
something-
me, but
Is this something that you do? Like, I feel like this is something you would you couldn't go into like with full balls, you know?
yeah.
Like, you'd have to have like some post nut clarity and some post nut like fucking relaxation going on. This applies to everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It does.
I mean, yeah.
Ladies, empty your balls before a float spa.
Your lady balls. Get your nut off.
Yeah. No, I totally understand what you're saying, but
Yeah. Like, I don't think you could go into it like any kind of not first thing in the morning, certainly.
Mhm.
Like, the sensory deprivation tank would have to be like late afternoon.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. First thing in the morning, forget it. Terrible
No.
idea.
No.
Terrible idea. Nope.
No.
Mm-mm. I don't even like to talk to people, or you know what I mean.
I don't
Like,
even do the morning show first thing in the morning. Like, I'm up.
You don't sleep though, really. So,
I'm working on it.
but yeah, I could not do. Like, I don't really function before 10. I mean, I do. Obviously, I have kids. I have to get up. I have to pack lunches. I have to make sure everybody's ready for school. I have to do all of the bullshit that I You know what I mean? I hate doing it at 6 o'clock in the morning, but I have to do it. But like as far as actively, consciously having conversations and 10 o'clock, maybe more like 9. I would say that's when I start waking, like start, you know, becoming a human being. Because I'm a bitch in the mornings, kind of. I hate getting up early.
Yeah. No, Josh equates it to happiness in the morning, but I just don't walk around kicking shit or being pissed off. I'm pretty quiet. I try to make coffee.
I'm quiet.
I
I'm
try
just
to
not
stay out of the
happy.
way. You know, I do. I mean, there's plenty of evidence that I'm not the brightest spark in the morning from all of those shows that we did.
Depends on the morning. Yeah, but that is still somebody that can make clips, please do this for me. I'm begging. Warren, Sleepy Josh could probably do it. Somebody do this for me, please. The first week, was it September? The September, it was the first week of the September hearings, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the first week, really like the first maybe 10 days that they were there. They got up at the ass crack of dawn because obviously the Assange stuff happens in the UK, so it's like 5 hours ahead of us. And so they were getting up at the ass crack of dawn, and like the first hour in like 15 minutes of those shows is basically just Andrew and Steve grunting occasionally. It's like some mumble ugh. You know what I mean? Like that's all it is. It is the fun, and I need like a mashup of those moments when they are, and like when Kevin was on, good Kevin was on. That whole segment's hilarious.
I'll go through a few of those and I'll just sample them out and I'll make an EDM like house beat out of all the grunts.
Yes.
I mean, well, those live streams went on for like a month too, because it was all of the witness testimony for Julian's hearing, and fucking I had to go back to California. I was mid wildfire evacuation for like a week and a half that I was in DC. I was supposed to be there for like 3 weeks. They cut that way short because of it. Fucking and it was going back to work. Like getting, and then so it was 5 a.m. when court started in on the East Coast, which meant it was 2 a.m. here in California. So I was like rolling out of bed around 1:30 in the morning, slamming coffee, doing court commentary until I had to leave for work, go work 6, 7, 8 hours, come back, do court wrap up or whatever else I had going on for the night, and to fucking do it all over again for 2.5 weeks, really 2 weeks, something like that. Yeah,
those three weeks were brutal. I mean, I couldn't even go to DC. That was like my kids were just going, it was September, my kids were just going back to school. It was like COVID, like shit was weird. My husband, all through COVID, he's been working insane fucking hours. So like my life had been completely upended, really. Oh, and I was a teacher. Then too. That was what happened. I didn't sign up to be a teacher. I don't want to be a teacher. I am not a teacher. I don't have the patience to be a teacher. I do not. Nope. Yeah, but that sucked. And that whole 3 weeks was brutal. Like all of the testimony was brutal. You guys did a great job though. First of all, just covering it. Nobody else was fucking covering it. I mean, there were people. That's not fair. I hate it when I say that. I hate it when I do that. But yeah, I mean, like,
well, there were a number of people that were doing a fantastic job, like live tweeting.
Yeah.
And that was providing basically our color commentary of all of that, and we were just doing background information and keeping people up to date. And Lubers was like, "Holy fuck, nobody else is doing this." Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so ABB started doing live coverage too. But in terms of like real-time reporting, no, I did notice that after that, some other outlets started to do it, picked it up a little bit more. because it kind of always takes us to get them to fucking move a little bit. It shouldn't.
Yeah. It was
But
just, it was great
do.
that you guys were covering it though the way that you did, because it kept me from having to do the work of flipping through everybody's tweets, because that's the only way we got any coverage of it. Was like, I don't know, 20 reporters with video access doing their best to desperately live tweet everything that was happening in the courtroom. And so trying to keep up with all of those people and like make sure you're getting all of the information. It sucked. It's ridiculous that that's the way that went down. It pisses me off.
Yeah, and the video feed's fucky and the audio isn't great.
Yeah. And that's if you even like there was all kinds of technical issues where they couldn't even get logged in, or like people who had morning access didn't get afternoon access after lunch, and it was all kinds of just fuckery, constant fuckery.
You're jammed 24 into an echoey ass little room.
Yeah.
And everybody's clacking away at a keyboard or on a phone, and you're all trying to focus on the same thing. Yeah, fuck, dude.
The single most important court case on press freedom
that nobody got to see. Nobody got to see because there was a virus that really over extrapolated after 2 years and lots of admissions by a lot of people. It's your YouTube channel. I'm not going to cite CDC data because that will get you taken down.
I don't.
Yeah.
Fuck YouTube. We all need to move away from YouTube. Fax is going to get yanked from YouTube. That's happening. Fax
should be fully self-hosted though.
It is. No, I think it is now. I don't know. Sleepy was working on the. I think he said it was done. There was like a couple that didn't get.
Slow News Day is going to be like fully self-hosted by the beginning of April.
Nice.
I think Bitch is self-hosted already. I think Fax is done now. I think. But then he also threw us up on some other platforms too. And I mean,
you guys could watch this live on Misty's website right now. You don't have to watch on YouTube. And there's a chat that you can hang out in, and it's fucking inclusive and smooth and fucking killer. And like all of that, none of that has to take place on YouTube. We can all get away from YouTube.
Fuck
me and you,
YouTube.
Me and you. We can all do this together. We could get away from the DARPA platform.
Yes, please.
As a family.
Yes, please. Because I'm not kidding. Fax is going to get yanked. That's happening. So we need you to migrate to elsewhere. Rockfin, my website.
We haven't done
Fax's
a live stream.
Website.
I don't know. We did 10 minutes. No, we did like 3 minutes really of a live stream when we had Ryan Christian on a month and a half ago or something like that. And I think that or like a couple of days after was the last live stream we've done on YouTube. I haven't done anything except post thumbnails on there since. We're going to have a clip channel for the morning show.
Mona, I honestly don't know what my website is. I don't know what it is. Let me see if Sleepy. I don't remember if he sent it to me on Element or the tweeters.
You take my Cy Oppenheimer books down off the shelf. I'm sick of seeing them on me.
That's funny.
Tell everybody what the books were. What the fuck? I don't see it. Fuck. I don't know what it is, Mona. I'll tweet it out or whatever. Yeah, or you could ask Josh. But for everybody else, I'll tweet it out. I'm sorry, Steve. My question kicked Steve out of YouTube. What?
What? No.
Hamza? I don't know.
No.
Steve isn't kicked off. Get a Discord server. I'm bad at this, cynic. I don't know how to do that shit.
Fuck Discord. It's a bunch of fucking toxic fucking nerds.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I heard like a lot of people talk about me on Discord. I had no idea. I had no
Dude.
idea that many people hated me. Honestly, had no
Dude,
clue.
those are all the people that you want to get a plant. Instead of getting a plant, they all got together on a Discord server and they all fucking like take
had
turns trying to fucking jerk each other off through a screen. So you can say the fucking dumbest, like most made up, fucking craziest.
Yeah, I heard they
idiotic
just straight
shit.
up make shit up.
Yeah.
Like crazy shit
Yeah.
too. That
Yo,
like
dude.
I'm down with People's Party. That's a big one. What else? Oh, the obvious that I'm a grifter. Oh, I'm a Fed.
Because all you can do is run your mouth because you know if you didn't, we'd fucking embarrass you fucking nerds. Get a fucking hobby. Go do something. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
I just had no idea all these people existed. I had no clue. Like I knew people didn't like me, but I mean, there's a couple whole ass groups of people that just really don't like me. Yeah, I get paid by Kyle and Kyle's cousin. I've gotten that one too. I don't even know. I don't. I don't even know. I don't know Kyle. I've never watched Kyle. I don't know. These people are very strange.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the picture of former Kansas State Senator John Ingalls, who wrote this book of propaganda about Cuba in the late 1800s. Tell me this isn't John Bolton if it was like Rivers Cuomo from Weezer dressed as John Bolton for Halloween.
That was very specific, but yes. There was a very specific, for instance, but yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Charlie, I have a Discord. I am in, are they servers, right? Discord servers? I am in some of those. I don't check them. I don't participate in them. I've never gotten into Discord. And I don't care. Like all this stuff is, I don't like keeping up with all of it. Like it's hard enough for me to just like keep up with Twitter. I don't want to do a whole bunch of social media stuff. I don't want to be in a bunch of groups. It fucks with my head. I don't like doing it. So
yeah, I was on Discord for like 6 months. About 6 months ago, like February to like August, and it sucked.
I've never like I've been on Discord.
Of it sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And fortunately, when I went to Humboldt, the internet was so shitty that it didn't work. So I just haven't used it. I popped in for a couple of ABBs.
Yeah.
Because those idiots still do that show through Discord.
Do they?
All the platforms
like
in the
Twitch,
world,
all that
open
stuff,
source, better audio, all of like, okay, you know, sure, man.
Yeah, I just can't keep. Sorry, it's been a week.
Too.
I'm tired. I'm sore. I haven't been sleeping. Oh, and I'm over it. I'm over everybody. Honestly, I'm in seriously the worst mood I have been in a while. Like just angry. I mean, I don't usually get super angry. I'm angry this week. Pissed off. Like watching everybody turn into a bunch of bloodthirsty warmongers within like a matter of 36 hours. People who lived through Iraq. Like that's really fucking depressing. And it makes me angry and I'm pissed off that we're gonna like it's all happening again and everybody's just falling for it again. And I'm angry about it.
Having to point out to Tim Dillon that
oh my God,
still Jeffrey Epstein friends that are doing fucking all of this. Like, bro, dude.
I
get it.
I want to like smack him through the screen. Like, what the fuck is happening with Tim Dillon?
No. Here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. Are bad for looking at 2 interviews with Whitney like it means like it sunk in. Like that's how he thinks all the time. Like there aren't a billion other people in his ear all the time telling him the exact opposite and more. like he's not a fucking
I get it. It
career.
just
Like,
sucks.
I know, dude. I know. I'm not making it excuses.
I know. But we say it all the time. We have to meet people where they are. Not everybody, you know what I mean? And like, we're not always going to be right on shit, but it sucks. I really thought that he was beyond that. You know what I mean? I really did. And it sucks. Like I tweeted about the other day. Every day I log in and it's like, who's going to really disappoint me today? You know what I mean? I'm like cringing, just waiting because it's coming. Somebody else is going to have just an absolute shit position. Like a lot of people that I really liked and had, you know, a semblance of respect for. And they're, it's so depressing. It really,
there's so many reasons to not automatically put stand with Ukraine, add a flag emoji to your shit. There's so many reasons to raise your hand when any of these fucking, you know, neocon ghouls and State Department demons open their mouth to lie to you. And you know they're lying to you. You know they are. But for whatever reason, there's something hardwired into people who still on a level, especially if it's working for them, think that there's something fundamentally good, right, and true about that when the military involvement takes place on the part of America, it's for a good reason. And maybe we probably figured out that the last time was a bad thing, so we're not invading Russia or the Ukraine. And they had some general being interviewed who literally laughed. We're not sending combat troops to the Ukraine. No, that's because you're sending military advisors.
Right.
That's because you're sending special operational support. And
lethal aid.
Yeah, well, which, you know, that's going to continue to happen. And they've got multiple different ways to funnel arms and people in. And we saw a crazy story that was like Vladimir Putin has brought in 400 Nigerian contract killers. And they're out for Zelensky's head.
Guys, they're selling Azov Battalion stuff on Amazon.
They're selling Azov Battalion stuff
on Amazon. Like,
I thought it was interesting that, you know, Facebook originally had them that you couldn't express support for them because they were designated as an extremist group, and now they were like lifted that. You know what? Like, we're gonna let you guys back the Nazis and show them.
And that's another
love.
thing that pisses me off. That's another thing that pisses me off because I mean, just me personally, I have been screaming about this exact thing, this level of the rules changing when it fits their narrative, when they, you know what I mean? And narrative control, seriously, guys, that's how they do everything. Look at what they're doing right now by using narrative control, by controlling what you're allowed to know, what you're allowed to see. What I mean, it's unbelievable that people can't see where this is going and how bad it is. This is bad. It's bad. They took down RT. They're taking down people's podcasts. Y'all, really? And nobody cares. People are cheering for it. Oh, I really hate everything.
The domain thing is particularly concerning.
Yes.
It is. It is. It's a funky old world, man.
Yeah, I hope seriously. Apologies because I am very doom and gloom this week, but please be ready. Shit's not gonna get better. It's not gonna get better. It's not gonna get better. So please get ready for whatever is coming because it's seriously. I mean, controlled demolition of the world's largest empire. It's probably gonna hurt. You know. Shit's really bad.
I mean, so you already.
Yes, Reef. I'll have Tar on to talk about censorship, of course. Duh.
I mean, it's not about really like, what's worse or what's better? They're doing fucking freight train robberies in broad daylight in LA.
Yeah.
You know, there are 3,000 plus cities that have Flint, Michigan water or worse. The people, while BlackRock and Vanguard and Berkshire Hathaway are snapping up houses like crazy. Dude, the price of a fucking piece of shit trailer went up,
Yes.
doubled in 3 weeks. In the last 3 weeks. Like, it's nuts, dude. It's nuts. So whatever preparation looks like has got to be, you know, food and
Yes.
things to make more food.
Because Bill
Whatever that
Gates
looks
owns
like for you.
what, 50% of the farmland? Like, we're fucked.
Or we're forced into a position where we have to do that whole counter economics, parallel structures, parallel societies.
Yes.
Let's go ahead
No,
and
I
break
mean,
the
you're
banks
right.
thing.
But a
Yeah.
lot of people are going to get hurt.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people. Yeah, I know.
A lot of people are going to suffer. A lot of people are going to
and
die.
there's currently people suffering and dying.
I know.
And I mean, like, at what point do you go, okay, well, we've had enough of this kind of suffering and dying. We would like to try a different kind of suffering.
I'm just frustrated because it doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't. We can choose to learn from our mistakes and stop letting our history repeat itself and stop letting psychopaths reach levels of power that are beyond control or accountability.
By abolishing the state.
Yeah. I mean, power corrupts. We know this. Stop it. Can we just stop it? I mean, I don't know. Everything just seems really stupid right now.
Ask me how anarchy can work for you.
I need that too on a shirt. That feels more like a button, though.
Like, it's got like a picture of Michael Malice, but he's done up like a character from Pinocchio. It's only gonna get weirder. We're past 8:00, and I'm only on bong hits for like the rest of the night. And I had got the whole like 2 shows to line out. I'm a busy morning tomorrow.
Yeah, I have Free the Truth tomorrow with Glory Jones. I have no idea what we're doing. And that's another thing. I live in a constant state of scramble. You know what I mean? And Steve, doing like having a show is like it's a constant state of keeping up with everything, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, trying to figure out who you can talk to about which thing that's happening. That you know what I mean? It's like this constant. Oh, you can't plan for anything. Not that I'm a planner, but it's just like ever evolving and changing. And it's like this. I don't know. And it just feels like everything is like one thing after another. It's like constant barrage of bullshit. Constant barrage of bullshit.
That's one of Sai's campaign slogans, actually.
That'll be a good bumper sticker.
Adam Curry got on. It was like 2 days after, or the day after Russia officially invaded, and he was like, "Oh, it's a good time to be a podcaster." And I mean, if you're committed to trying to give people the news 6 to 12 months early, or like making the people who don't want to be household names, couldn't be a better time. Couldn't be a stupider time to throw all your money and your life into it. But couldn't be a better time for the content.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we need it.
Which is
why I keep telling everybody,
why
if you want to
threw
start
all
a
my money and
show,
my life into it.
please start a show. because they're going to try to silence all of us. They already are.
They
Halfway
took an
through
entire
recording the I'll do the
television
last thing I get to
network
do.
off the Western Hemisphere.
Mhm.
I knew it was bad. Like, I knew it was bad, but I knew it was really bad when they took a sitting president completely off the internet, wiped him off the internet. Like Pinterest
Mhm.
took down Donald Trump. And I'm, again, I hate that I have to
Mhm.
qualify this. I'm not a Trump supporter, obviously.
But it set a precedent.
But he's a fucking sitting president. And
Mhm.
the entire internet just collectively was like, nope.
Mhm.
And what the fuck does that mean for the rest of us? I tell you what that means. That means that we are all
That if they can get enough people to agree that something is bad, then
mhm,
that thing can be done away with, and most people
mhm.
would cheer for it.
Yes.
Mhm.
So anytime you speak outside the lines,
Yep.
By the
you will
way,
be shut down.
the tweet that he had put out was basically like, hey, yo, what are you guys doing? Maybe you should chill.
Yeah, I remember. Like, I don't remember the whole, but it wasn't. I didn't think it was incendiary at all.
Mhm.
There was nothing about it that he was like, "Let's go start a riot." You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But even if it had been, the fact that it was just decided behind closed doors,
Mhm.
that's what it was, and that it was worthy of a sitting president being completely removed.
ISIS
From
and Al Qaeda have official Twitter accounts.
Uh-huh.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like we allow child pornography on social media. You know what I mean? Like that's a regular thing that happens, and it's like really
Louise-
difficult to
Well,
get
again,
taken
ISIS
down.
and Al
Mensch.
Qaeda are long-standing American business allies. So
Louise Mensch is allowed to tweet.
Right.
Amy Siskind still has an account.
Yeah. I mean, Anthony Blinken.
What's her name?
Fauci,
Charlotte Clymer? Charlotte Clymer is allowed near electronic devices, and I imagine at least some kind of scissors routinely. Like, but you're gonna. She's a trip, man. She's a trip.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of people that really that get away with much wilder shit. They just didn't like Trump, and I mean, I get it. If you're on the end of that bullying, I would imagine it's relentless and it sucked. But for the rest of us, it was kind of fucking funny. Like, I mean, dude's a war criminal and he's a scumbag,
Yeah.
and it would be awesome to punch him and like watch his jaw just sort of warble around for a bit. That would be entertaining as fuck. Just like Donald Trump was pretty fucking funny.
He was actually. I mean,
Like,
he was.
Man,
Just because he was
okay.
so.
It's okay. Wait.
absurd.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Brian's
pal.
back.
I like to tell you that, it's a complicated world, and sometimes it's not that things are really necessarily funny. It's that they're the funniest version of that situation. And it's okay to laugh, pal. It is. All right, sport. You have a
Thanks,
great
Brad.
weekend.
Thanks, Brent. Oh.
Get out of my room, Brett. Mom was drinking with Aunt Lisa, and I heard her say, "You've got a baby dick."
Oh my god.
Oh,
that escalated quickly. Oh. goodness.
The kid never says, "This is my stepdad." He always says, "This is my mom's husband, Brent."
100%. That is what happened. Yes. Yes. We have a new character. We came up
Right?
with a bunch of slogans, a new character.
Just a content factory over here, man. Look at us. Oh, God.
Boy. I'm gonna
Brent.
cry.
Brent sleeps in dress socks.
And irons his underwear.
Yeah. Iron's a wife beater. For sure. Keep that shit crisp. Yeah. Only owns white tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Yep.
New Balance.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that what that's called? That a lot
Yeah.
of older guys wear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jews. Yeah.
Dude. You either
Some
get the
bad
New
names.
Balance, or I've seen Air Force Ones on those dudes too. Like may as
Yeah,
well
yeah.
be like nursing home strollers.
Mhm.
Fucking
Dude, oh my God. I finally gave in at work. Like I wear through steel toe boots pretty fast. And so it was time to get another pair. And I was like, you know what? They make some like who is it? Skechers makes steel toed boots. And
I know.
they look like
Skechers.
sneakers, and they've just got some extra insulating padding. It had everything I needed. I'm like, fuck it, why not? They're so comfortable. It's not even
Are they?
funny. And of course, I look like a douche, but like, oh my God, who cares anymore? I'm not trying to impress anybody, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's incredible. Like
Skechers. Who
the
knew?
protection's still there, but all of a sudden it's like before I was just wearing steel toe boots, you know, and between walking my ass off all day or then being on a forklift or whatever, like it just having this extra bit of padding, all of a sudden it's like, oh, my back doesn't have to hurt. I was just choosing to have it hurt that bad all the time.
Well,
Now
shoes are
you look
really
like
important.
You're gonna go shoplift from Kohl's. I mean, I guess that's an
Kohl's.
aesthetic. That's
Yeah.
yeah. Hot Topic was the first one that
Oh.
was in my head.
My kid loves Hot Topic right now.
Yeah.
That's a place we visit fairly frequently.
Hot Topic is a place that like every little girl from the age of 12 to maybe 14 you should really enjoy. And then after that, it's just kind of sad for everybody.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my youngest loves Hot Topic.
You know who you are, and you should be ashamed.
Oh.
It's not even the good pleather. Come on.
Pleather. Never looked very comfortable, y'all. What this?
Mm-hmm.
I do comfort. Don't give a fuck. Okay. Comfort is
The
good.
chairman of Anti-Pants.
The chairman of Anti-Pants.
Yeah.
owned a pair of pleather pants once. Didn't
Who's
last
trying to-
long. I
couldn't.
reluctantly went to a nightclub. I was like, you know what?
Oh.
This is the time if I'm ever going to wear them. And it was a multi-level deal that had a foam room. So in my infinite wisdom, I'm like, oh, let's go to the foam room. So as soon as the pleather pants got wet, they just went, and I just about had to cut myself out of them when I got home. I had to do the I've been riding a horse all day walk because I literally could not bend my legs. They were just forced out and bowed out into these pleather pants.
Oh no.
It was so funny. Oh,
yeah.
yep.
Worked for a company at the Renaissance Festival in Colorado one year called Pendragon Leather. And shout out to Slugger and Mike. Slugger was the manager of this company, and she's rad, dude. Rad. 4'10", maybe 4'11". From North Carolina. Fucking just Oh, dude, ornery. And Mike was her dude, and it was conditional to employment that if you were going to work at Pendragon, you were going to wear leather pants. So for the 2 months that I
Every
was there,
day you had to wear them every day.
every Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I had 2 pairs of leather pants because you're not going to get leather pants professionally cleaned on a Saturday night.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Just not happening.
No.
Denver, despite what you may have heard about some of the bars, is not set up with leather cleaning facilities late night like that. It's just not, man. It's not. So you get 2 pairs. You do, but yeah, dude, I'd rather not.
I
I'd
would.
rather not. I don't know, man. I like jammies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that
Yeah.
shit.
I'm a big fan of like yoga pants and a t-shirt. Done. Sweatpants and a t-shirt. Done. Like sweatshirts, like oversized sweatshirts. I like my sweatshirts big. For sure. I'm not really a big fan of hoodies. I know that's a lot of people like hoodies. Not a big fan of hoodies. But I like oversized everything, really. Cozier the better. I want a onesie. I really want a onesie. I really want one.
I'm pretty sure we could make something like that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I mean, it's just me being lazy. I could get one.
I enjoy being comfortable, but I will play dress up for sure.
If I have to. And it's okay for a little while, but the faster I can get back to comfy, the better for me.
Well, I mean, that's usually the end game with playing dress up anyway. So one purpose suits the other entirely. Going out in these clothes so I could get out of these clothes, fucking get more comfy. Yeah. No,
Like,
there's
Joseph A. Bank is just fighting to get off of me. I'm like,
Joseph A. Bank.
holding my shoulders back.
Pants are what'd you say, Steve? Pants are optional on the show.
Yeah. Formal attire is certainly not required. And I believe I waived the requirement for pants.
All right. Shall we wrap this up? Because I need to go to bed.
Yeah, probably same.
I'm old and I have to get up early.
We had a pretty good run. I kept it together a lot longer than I anticipated, for being honest.
Yeah.
The 9 minutes off the bat was yeah.
It like the once, yeah.
I feel like you got to get the initial fuck up out of the way like early, and then you settle down a little bit.
Next time we're gonna start in our little pregame, like before we go live. I'm gonna literally, as soon as we get on and connect, I'll just be ready to go. I'll just lock it in, and I'll have to get like a little shot collar or something for myself if I fuck up, so I can just condition myself to not.
So okay, what you do?
All right, that's extreme. That's extreme, my friend.
What you do? Take it off of StreamYard and don't look at anybody.
Yeah.
While you're talking, have something else up entirely. Listen, be able to like respond to shit, but don't look at anybody, because once people start to laugh, like you can swallow it a little bit if you're not, you can kind of brush it off and like, saw a videotape of the vice president doing something similar when Biden talked about harvesting souls in Iran or some shit like that.
Did you see Nancy Pelosi? What the fuck
I was
was
like,
that?
that's what cicadas do when they're about to make noise.
What
She was just like
was
warming up to
In my demon shuffle, y'all.
What was that?
I mean,
Honestly.
no idea.
Honestly.
I've watched it way too many times. I still don't understand what was going through her head.
I
My favorite though, oh my god, Nick, the fucking post he had of it was just like when it's my turn in the blunt rotation and it's Nancy standing there doing her little math. It's so perfect.
I snort laughed when I saw that. I snort laughed. But I love when somebody can get me to snort laugh through a tweet. It's rare, but for whatever, because that was making me laugh. I watched that so many times because it just kept making me laugh. What the fuck is that? What is that? I don't
So
even, I
weird.
don't know. I watched it like a million times and then he tweeted that and I literally like immediately just snort laughed. It was so, oh, God
fantastic.
damn it. What?
I know.
I mean, what is that? She's
Yep.
so weird. It's so weird. Such a weird reaction,
Oh,
especially
Jesus.
at like that.
At that moment, he's talking about the burn pit. Yep. Breathing in toxic fumes from a burn pit.
Oh, she's a weird one.
Sounds like a new energy contract for Paul.
God.
Christine's gonna be able to make a documentary from the other side.
Is that what her daughter does?
I don't know. A long time ago, she made a documentary. It's the only time I ever saw her on something. I don't know what the fuck she does anymore.
I'm blocked. I don't even know why.
Me. She must not listen to the song.
I don't remember interacting with her. Honestly, I might have, but I don't remember interacting. And I'm blocked. It's weird. All right. I mean, I'm not surprised. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I'm blocked by a lot of really weird people. Like just a random collection of people.
Yeah, same. Young Turks, John Cusack.
I've been blocked by him twice.
One of the guys from Brockhampton. I'll never know why. What else? Those are the
Tommy Chong,
main ones.
I've had some weird blocks. Yeah.
It's usually just kind of random DSA people that just kind of mid argument. Then all of a sudden they just get angry and then
so you're anti-American, and then they blocked me. Ooh. That was funny. I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes, I am a thinking person.
Yeah.
Define American.
Oh God.
Gonna need a little bit more background than that, Bucko, because this here is a complicated place.
Context.
Oh. Yeah, but I mean, kind of.
It's funny. In the chat, I said something on Cynical Girls tweeters about being the chairman of Anti-Pants, and that we would be much more militant if we were not so comfortable.
It's true.
Yeah.
Stephen King. Yeah, I'm blocked by Stephen King. I think he might have unblocked me. Some of these people, like John Cusack, is weird. Like I mean, he hasn't unblocked me since he's blocked me the second time. But there for a while, he would block a whole bunch of people, and then he would randomly just like unblock everybody. And, like just publicly, I'm going to unblock everybody today. Like he's doing the world some favor. And then I inevitably got blocked again. But yeah, I mean, there's people who they do that, and it's weird. But
Marianne Williamson had me blocked, and then she unblocked me.
she was following me. I don't know if she still is, because I kind of ragged on her a little bit. But I mean, I think it's
I blocked her
fair.
because I couldn't fucking see it anymore. It's just so excruciating.
Yeah, I'm over. I would like to have like a conversation with her. I know if he wants to too, but
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if he wanted to have a
Right.
conversation
Well,
with her so much as she wanted
Words
to
with her.
have an audience with her.
yeah.
I believe she wanted her brought before her.
I have a monologue for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was gonna be way more a give than take.
Yeah.
But man, that would have been funny. I mean, it would be, I don't know, but because that's the thing, dude. When you have an actual clown who also happens to be like one of the semi-credible advocates for Julian Assange,
Yeah. That's
it forces anyone with two brain cells left to rub together into a very difficult situation, much like so many other people in the upper echelons of that whole movement, and it fucking blows, dude.
mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't know if you've watched the morning show the last week or so, but we've kind of gone in on this shit a little bit, and we've got a lot of clips with us that we're going to take between me and Jones to Anonymous Bites Back tomorrow night. I'm really looking forward to that episode. I believe it'll be quite fantastic. It's insane, dude. It's insane. But I don't.
I know. It's like
Anyway.
we're fighting a losing battle.
Yeah. No, not to kick around Marianne Williamson exclusively or
no,
too much,
she's far from the only person.
Yeah.
But
It's just, holy fuck, dude, that's a self-help grifter fucking.
ooh, she got heckled at Randy's event. I didn't know that. I didn't watch. I
did.
didn't
So
watch it.
I had it in the queue for the show, and I decided not to play it.
Yeah.
Just because, but there's she okay. The event is stand-ups,
right,
for Assange. Stand-ups being operative in that they were having comedians. And they, Randy hosted it, been a stand-up for 40 years. Lee Camp was there. Naomi Caravani was there. I'm not sure if there were any other stand-ups, but there were a lot of fucking damp towels. Like if you were gonna pick a half a dozen people to kill a comedy show, they all got invited to this one. and they all got a lot of mic time, and Marianne Williamson jumps in with this like gut-wrenching appeal for the people of Ukraine, and then her heart breaks for these people, and her heart's breaking all over the place. And somebody goes, what about blah blah blah, your heart's breaking for a lot of people. There's a significant amount of people that just your heart doesn't have any time for, and somebody else jumps in with like, yeah, Ed starts going off, and it gets awkward.
Yeah.
Than what I have already
isn't she
described.
kind of a Zionist? Like she's like super pro-Israel.
I think the Palestinians were mentioned off the bat, and then it was Donbass, and then the Palestinian, but it was kind of in that order. And unfortunately, like where the clip kind of cuts off is just after you hear Randy screaming screaming, "Shut the fuck up! This is about Assange. Shut the fuck up!" And like that's kind of where the clip cuts. So I don't know what happened after. So I can't say with any certainty whether or not what we witnessed was the dumbest thing that anyone did that day. But not looking good.
I mean, she's
Not looking good.
I think it's fair to call her out for that shit. I mean, that's what sucks is that you can't.
Weird venue,
Yeah.
but also, fuck, man, none of that would be happening in the first place. She wouldn't feel like she had the virtue signal on behalf of somebody else's fucking war crimes if fucking we hadn't heard that bullshit a few days before about, oh, hey, y'all download this app.
Right.
You know, and like that's fucking laying the groundwork for it. Like there's a fucking
Yeah, shit's weird. Shit's weird. I'm just gonna say it. I know that that's gonna cause problems, but
no,
shit's
dude,
weird.
we've all been saying it. Yeah, I've been pretty fucking clear about all of this shit. I haven't been in the at least in we've all been very, very, very well behaved.
Yes. Thank you.
Characteristically,
yes.
Avoidant
Of conflict, of questioning, of
not going and starting fights.
right.
Not going
Ever.
and like, you know, and I don't feel like anybody's trying to start a fight.
No.
It's just holy fuck, dude. This deserves way more answers than we're being given.
Yes.
And the way that Trust Me works is that you follow through and you continue to do so in a way that warrants trust.
I don't trust anybody. Fuck you. I don't trust anybody. Nobody. Seriously, you can't.
The only thing that I trust lawyers to do is protect themselves and continue being lawyers. That's what I trust lawyers to do. They're going to do what's in the best interest for their career. Then they're going to do, if they can, what's in the best interest for their client. And then, if at all possible, those two things match up with the needs or desires of the client. But there's a pretty big gap between priorities and the way that the criminal justice system is rigged and the way that the law works anyway and the way that money works. Huge gap between what the lawyer's focused on, what the client's focused on. And that's not going to change anytime fucking soon.
No.
It's certainly not going to change just because it's the biggest press freedom trial case in history.
No.
To think otherwise is a little naive.
Yeah, we're not going to get, this isn't going to, like, there's not going to be no legal decision. Like, a lawyer is not going to fight in court and get Julian Assange free. It's going to take mass public pressure. We've been saying it. That's it. That's the only thing. That's it. Mass public pressure. That's the only thing that does anything ever. And we're not going to, some lawyer in some courtroom in the UK, they're just going to keep doing what they're doing. We know Julian Assange himself leaked this years ago. I mean, this is exactly the plan that they had for him to tie him up in court stuff for the next 25 years. And that's exactly what they've been doing. And they know that they can because they control that system entirely. So there is no answer through that system. There's just not. So, and I don't feel bad about asking questions ever. Not ever. If I feel like a question needs to be asked, I think that it's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't trust anybody. And I, you know, think it's fine to ask questions. I'm not being mean about it or whatever. I just think shit's weird. And I would like to have, you know, an open line of communication, which there has never been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean,
we never get information ever. Like, it's hard to organize when we don't even know. Like, we have to hound people for answers on Twitter. Like, we have to keep asking. Like, we had to keep asking. The deadline for the just recent appeal came up,
yeah.
and we had to ask. It took us like 3 days of
Mhm.
regularly asking different people if it got submitted and how that. And finally, I think maybe Stella answered us that it had been submitted, but we had to keep asking and asking. There's they never tell us anything about what's happening. Never. And I understand that, like, I guess like some of that could be sensitive. I mean, we know how strict they are about cameras and stuff in courtrooms, but still, Jesus Christ.
Okay, but look, if your legal team is going to be, let's say, fluid and have an overall plan, but focus on reacting to things in real time as they come, you tell people that. If you tell people, okay, look, man, there's a long-term strategy that we're working with here that we are not talking about with anybody, and I'm sorry, but like that's kind of how we have to handle this because of all of the fucking obvious surveillance implications. We're sorry if there's something we really, really need to let you know. We'll be able to get you that information. Like, even that's more than I'm gonna go hang out with the Clooneys this weekend.
Yeah. That's a weird one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. We said a couple of years ago, like, what we're doing isn't going to be effective until it's so co-opted that it's a fucking we are the world size thing. So I don't know. I don't. But because at the same time, dude, we talk about it pretty fucking frequently now. They got so much of what they wanted out of the last couple of years in terms of surveillance, be it your health information,
We're fucked.
or your location data, or what you buy in a pinch. They know what you buy in an emergency. What'd you buy? Did you buy a bread making kit? Did you buy nonsense? Did you buy stuff that was going to help you in an emergency? Did you hang out? Fucking watch. They know what you're fucking.
They know everything.
They know what comforts you in an emergency,
Yes.
or draws your attention in based on what you sat there and binge watched for the first fucking month of lockdown.
Yes.
Right. All because people were like, yeah, I'll comply with that. Yeah, no. It doesn't have to make sense. It's because they said so.
Well, they did fear. It's for your safety. That was what they did the whole time. It's for your safety. It's for your safety.
Safety through fear. That was one of my slogans.
Yes. And that's why it works. It's so accurate. That's exactly what they do. Oh,
I mean, when you're a kid, you touch a light bulb once, you get a blister, you don't touch it again. You get electrocuted, you stay away. Fear.
I mean, fire bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire hot. It's one of the most, like, the first things that we learn. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hot water burn, baby. It's a very that's an Adam Sandler comedy album reference.
Yes, I am more the fuck out. Honestly,
They're
I'm
all
just
gonna laugh at you.
I'm done this week.
No.
It's from that album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, really front to back, a great comedy album.
Yep.
It is.
That is timeless. And I'm not a huge Adam Sandler guy, but that
Me
record,
either.
that's
Man.
that's in its own, place.
And
Yeah.
now the severe.
That was one of those records that so many of my friends listened to that it just
school
became
time.
something I knew by just,
Yeah.
several different
Piece
people.
of cheat car. Yeah, dude. Good stuff. Yeah. And now the severe beating of a high school Spanish teacher.
Rob's here. Hi, Rob.
Juan es mi guapo. Hola. Yeah, dude, that's great. And then there's the whole thing with the medium pace, which will just be a little Easter egg for you guys should you decide to check out this album.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never really listened to comedy albums that much.
Ooh.
A few. I don't know.
It's a good idea. It is. It's at least a good idea to like hang out and watch somebody's stand-up special.
No, I've
Like,
done that a
you
lot.
know,
Like,
like
yeah,
shit like that.
yeah.
But yeah.
I've watched a
I
ton
can-
of,
I could recommend a couple.
Especially there are some people whose stuff translates so well that they don't have to rely on, like, you don't need to see them deliver the joke. Like Mitch Hedberg,
mhm.
you're not missing on anything, if you don't see him. Bless his heart. The worst hangover I've ever had in my life. I was at a party, already 3 sheets to the wind, and then someone comes into the room and said Mitch Hedberg died. And we just started sad drinking. And I had plans the next morning to go to a friend's beach house. And we showed up at a shrimp boil. And that's when I realized I'm still drunk from the night before. And I'm going to be violently ill now because I smelled shrimp. That was how that day went.
Yikes.
Yeah, there were no survivors.
That's rough.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of good men that night.
That's rough.
That is
Yeah.
rough. Like, I felt that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I could feel that.
It's like, oh, it's a shrimp boil.
Yeah. Ugh,
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah.
not good. Sad
Yeah,
drinking is bad.
It was that I woke up in the morning and I was like, oh, I think I feel okay. Maybe I'm not hungover. And then I sat up and I go, oh my God, I'm still drunk. Like, oh, it's a whole new level.
Right.
Oh.
Fuck, I better eat enough acid to straighten this out. I got shit to do.
Where's my
Oh.
meth pipe? These were my Florida days. So
Which is why you use the blister and light bulb as an example.
oh, it all ties together. That's funny.
All right, dudes.
Yep. We covered a lot of ground tonight.
We did. And I'm sorry. I'm really just in a badass mood. Like, just a terrible fucking mood all week this week.
It's okay. There's a lot of shit going on.
I usually don't let it get to me this bad, though. I'll be fine. I'm just, every once in a while, things just piss you off for a little while.
Yep.
Just how it
It's true.
works.
It's
It is true.
That's true. It's a stressful time.
I'm
we
like
live in.
halfway through recording the stuff for this new album, and I kind of had to make a choice early on that, like, if the music was going to match the lyrics, it was going to be just me screaming at the top of my lungs, and I don't want to subject people to that. So it's like a good bit more kind of dreamy and mellow and like almost something you can kind of smoke out to try to balance that out and find something that felt a little more ambient, so it's almost closer to kind of spoken word delivery and like I do with you guys than some older stuff, because I just wanted it to be a bit more digestible in spite of the subject matter. So we'll see if it works out. But
I like that juxtaposition too, when it's
yeah, and not like what's the Amendment 13, that song where I like to start screaming at the end and then just kind of scream myself like raw. That's one of my favorite things, and I would love to do more stuff like that, but I feel like at a certain point that the lyrics are kind of that anyway. You know?
Shit's really dark right now.
Yep. I am gonna have to crank out a reggae album or something. Just kind of.
Oh man,
You know, let's just do something different. Get back in my keys days.
I don't know if you're aware of this or not. Perhaps you are. Tim Curry put out an album.
Nuh-uh.
And there's a reggae song.
Oh,
Really?
Called
okay.
Working on My Tan.
Oh,
Oh,
it sounds
shit.
divine.
I know what I'm about to listen
and
to.
Performed by Tim Curry.
Oh, that's amazing. How did that not come? Okay, at work the other day, we were all talking about, musicians turned or actors turned musicians and some of the great records we've gotten out of that. Somehow no one knew about that. We obviously discussed Songs from the Crystal Caves by Steven Seagal. Also, if you've never heard, I can't remember what it's called now, maybe Time Traveler, Robert Downey Jr.'s record.
Oh,
from the
yeah.
early
I didn't know he had a
2000s.
record. Did he?
He does a cover of oh God, what is it? It's like a Yes medley. He does Your Move and I've Seen All Good People.
Okay,
Oh,
so check
my.
it. Okay, so
It's interesting.
I've seen Hugh Laurie.
Oh, I like Hugh
Huh?
Laurie.
Yeah.
I've seen him play.
Fantastic
I like Hugh
player.
Laurie. Yeah,
He's great. He's great.
Yeah.
I've seen Steve Martin.
Nice.
And the
Mhm.
Steep Canyon Rangers. And then I saw Corey and the Angels.
No, you didn't.
You did not.
They played.
You did not.
They played on the Santa Cruz Beach boardwalk.
Oh
before
my God.
an anniversary showing of Lost Boys
No.
on like a fucking 40 by 60 inflatable screen. And every year they would do this, and sometimes it'd be a couple hundred people, and on the anniversary years, like 3,000, 4,000 motherfuckers would just empty out and pack the boardwalk and the beach in Santa Cruz and gather around and bonfire, and you could like pick up a radio station or a YouTube channel or some shit that was also sync up. There was a countdown. Everybody could watch a movie at the same time. You listen to it in your earbuds or a little speaker or whatever. Dude, one year we
Noli, it's Corey Feldman, right?
Yeah.
I was
Yep.
not Hames.
Yeah.
Hames, the other one.
R.I.P.
Corey
Yeah.
Feldman.
Yep.
He has like he's a musician.
And they played. They had a guitar player with them that claimed to be like, I think his claim to fame was he was like one of Pink Floyd's guitar techs or some shit like that. But they played the Lost Boys theme song, like the open and close one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cry Little Sister or something.
Whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I think.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
That's
Listening
amazing.
to thousands of people yell in unison, "The goddamn vampires," is like, oh,
That's
I'll
awesome.
get you. It is, dude. What a
Yeah.
weird experience that is.
Yeah.
And like, I've been out there, this is back when I was drinking, and I've been in all kinds of states for this. One year we drug out patio furniture, like plastic lawn fucking furniture, dragged it out onto the beach, put a lantern out there. We were playing dominoes. The lantern drew fucking weirdos like moths. They were coming up with like bottles and joints and offering all kinds of weird drugs and shit. Like, oh, dude. Yeah. If you're ever in Santa Cruz and they're still doing this, go fucking hang out.
That's awesome.
On a Lost Boys fucking beach night. That shit's fun, dude.
I bet it kind of would be. Yeah. I could see that.
And it's even like you can bring your kids for that too. And they're just like, this is really fucking weird. We dug like a giant ass sand pit one year. Like, I mean, seriously, like a giant fucking sand pit. And there were like little benches carved out of tiers and shit, probably about like 8 feet deep, all said and done, man.
That's awesome.
Probably fucking 15, 16 feet wide grounds and shit. Dude, and like there were probably a couple dozen children that were in and out of this thing, fucking raising hell and shit. Everybody's parents are getting fucked up 20 feet away on the beach. But fuck Kiefer Sutherland and fucking fake fangs upside down.
Listen, that's a dope ass movie though.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty good. I love that movie.
Right.
Yeah, they can't all be Jared Leto. I'm not even gonna lie. I had the biggest crush on Jared Leto way back in the day.
My so-called life days or after
yes.
that? Yeah.
Holy balls. I loved him so much.
Claire Danes was fucking hot back
yes. I had a crush on her too. Yes.
Yeah. No, hell, dude. Hey.
And then her and Romeo and Juliet too. Oh, I had the biggest crush on her. But yeah, I loved Jared. Seriously. And like Johnny Depp, young Johnny Depp. My God. Yeah. Not gonna lie. I never had a crush on Corey Feldman.
It's not too late. Never too late.
I wonder what he's doing. Is he still performing?
Oh, I'm sure he
is. He's having a tough go at it.
Yeah. I feel kind of bad. I don't mean to laugh at him.
Life came at Corey pretty fast.
Yeah. I mean, he got totally fucked up. Like his life was not, I think he had a pretty tough
phrasing.
Yeah.
I saw Jesse starting to lose it, and I knew why. And I'm like, yeah. Ooh. It's boy, that guy just had a tough go, huh? Tough go there.
Stop it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Assholes.
Wait a minute. No. Do you realize how bad it's gotta get before Mindy's like, you guys are assholes? Like how far into the onion we had to get before she's like, whoa, hey. Wow.
I mean, that's true.
Oh. Sometimes I forget there's still a line out there somewhere.
Josh Denny tweeted something out. He was like, dude, a screenshot of a conversation I'm having with a comic friend. And it was like something just absolutely horrific. But also an accurate observation about conservative women prior to that. And his friend is like, Jesus. And followed by laughter.
Yeah.
But like that's that's really the sign, because when you can find it, like there's still, that's where whatever like heart or little hope for humanity or whatever, that's where all of that resides. When you're like, and then you crack up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acknowledging the absolute worst humanity has to offer, still being able to find joy and not lose your shit completely.
There really is such a good point to be made about not everything is funny, but there's a funniest version of everything.
Yeah. And people I don't get offended. I mean, I don't get offended by much. Very rarely. I mean, things might hurt my feelings. I think that's different. Like if somebody I'm friends with and that I value says something hurtful or like that'll hurt my feelings, but I don't get offended. I don't know if people.
I can just think something's really in really poor taste, and I wouldn't fucking say it, but it takes a lot to offend me. It's a very different.
Even if I thought something's in poor taste, I'd be like, okay, I probably wouldn't have done that, but whatever. Yeah, but I think people like to get offended. So
People love to get offended.
yeah,
They
It's not my
do,
thing.
but I mean, look, at the same time, because of the climate that we're in, I think people also need a comrade Mendy on Twitter who is, saying shit that a lot of people would like to but can't for whatever reason, or won't for whatever reason.
Solidarity.
To have a similar approach on our shows too, where it's like, yeah, dude, I understood before I hit go live, there were probably some lines that were going to get crossed today. And I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning with that exact same understanding. And I'm going to do it again and again and again and again, because I'm coming at it from a place of love and because it's funny.
But people love to take offense to things.
Yeah, and you can die mad about it. You can. You can.
Yeah.
Or, you can laugh. Or if it's just something that you're like, yeah, no, I mean, that's not what I think is funny, or that's not my kind of
Just
humor,
keep
then
moving.
cool.
Like, I don't need to
Yeah.
make that the next week of my life,
or
stressing out
hang
about
out because it's not all jokes,
Yeah.
I feel like either way.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Those people that do that are just it's strange to me.
We were talking about this over the weekend. Like, when you know that you're not, nothing you're ever going to say is what the majority of the people at any given time want to hear, and if they do, then you're probably saying some different shit at that point anyway. It's a little bit easier to not care. Like, you already know you don't appeal to everybody. You already know that people aren't going to like what you have to say. So there's no real like fear of losing your audience. You know what I mean? Like, the only way you can lose your audience is by lying to them, or by fucking them over somehow. But if you're out here saying the shit that other people can't for whatever reason, or won't because they're professional fence sitters, or they're
just
politicians.
scared.
Yeah,
a lot of people are just scared.
Then all you can do is get bigger, because people want authenticity. They get a little bit scared about too much.
Yeah.
Too real is frightening for a lot of people. But if you can strike a delicate balance, and be a voice for people who you just for whatever reason can't use theirs in the moment.
Yeah, I just try not to think about my quote unquote audience. I just say whatever the fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like, I take in the information and I don't.
No, I get that, but on some level, you understand that you have a decent sized Twitter account, and that like people are messaging you, like saying thank you for saying this shit, because for whatever
I do get
reason,
that a lot, actually.
So yeah. Like, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, and I'm not trying to make you look.
I know
bigger
you would not.
I'm.
Yeah.
This is what it is. So on some level, absolutely. I think like that comes into play a little bit, and however you want to deliver it, however it works best, whatever is most effective should be, kind of there. Because you're saying the shit because you want to say it, but you're vain enough to want to say it effectively.
Yeah, well, yeah, I get frustrated when I can't.
Right?
I get really frustrated. I'm telling you.
I want to go fucking climb a mountain and jump off of it for every typo. I do.
Yes, dude.
I'm gonna go on a
haunt
crazy
me.
rampage if I fucking drop a joke. Well, you know, I'm kidding. I really don't. But
No, but it's
painful.
still.
You
No,
know.
I seriously lay awake a lot trying to figure out the words to say to get people to understand.
Yeah.
It's hard. It really is hard. It's very frustrating. So yeah, I wish I was a better communicator.
Yeah, I'm making all this shit up as I go.
100%, dude. Yeah. And I
Yeah,
don't care. Like, honestly, I know people are going to be, yeah, right. I don't care about any of this. Like, this quote unquote fame that people say that I'm seeking. I could walk away from this tomorrow and I'd be fine. I don't care. I don't need this as like a, like some, do you know what I mean? Like, it's that I don't, that's not, I never wanted to be famous, but like people knowing who I am kind of makes me uncomfortable. I'm very awkward. I mean, you guys have met me in person. I'm awkward and I don't really like, I don't like that kind of, I mean, you guys have seen me at events. I don't really like to be the person in the front. That's not really, I try to avoid those things. So yeah,
I have successfully ducked out of nearly every group picture that
we always do together. Remember me, you, and Kendra in DC were sitting around like passing, like, you know what I mean? Like the cops are over there and we're like trying to, and they're off like doing a little march and taking pictures. And I'm like, I don't need to be in pictures. We're just going to hang out right here on the little corner. You know? Yeah, we always do that. We avoid that shit. I can't tell you the number of times people have asked me to come on their shows to talk about Assange, and I'm like, but I can get you somebody cooler. I can get you somebody cooler. And I mean, Steve hates when I say it. No, doesn't hate when I say it, but I seriously don't have a ton of connections. I do have some. Yes, that's true. But I'm not like super well connected or whatever. But I'll try. If you want somebody cooler than me, I will absolutely try to get you somebody cooler than me. 100%. I'll ask, you know? Yeah, it's not really.
I mean, look, you do though. You know people, so do I. We can help facilitate these things. There's people that specifically don't ask us to because they don't like us.
Yeah, you should help me. We want to organize an online event on the 20th. I mean,
Of what month?
mostly this month. We want to do it in the lead up to DC. So we want to try to do like a couple panels or some panels or something about not just Assange, but like press freedom, you know, whistleblowers, that kind of stuff in general.
Okay.
And do it like, you know, get some activists on these panels. You know, obviously we want to try to get some big names to get viewers in. But I would like to see a lot of activists who have been on the front lines of this.
Okay. I will
You know what I'm
make you
saying?
yeah. I'll throw some names at you and let me know who you want me to hit up.
Yeah, but I would like to. I mean, I would like if we could get Craig Murray. That would be super fucking cool.
You have a much better chance of getting Craig Murray than I do.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, we both know the same people, but yeah. I mean, I don't know if I could. The problem is I hate asking. I'm like, why would anybody want to talk to me? You know what I mean? That's why, like, if other people ask me to ask, it's easier because I'm not asking for myself, I think.
Hey, Deepa. How's it going?
Deepa.
Been a minute. I miss you.
I do miss Deepa.
Without a doubt, are my favorite Deepa driver on the entire fucking planet.
True story.
And I don't ask. Okay, I have asked you for a favor before, but that was like that was legit a while ago. And Mindy is putting together a panel, so this technically isn't even my favor. But we would like your help in getting Craig Murray for this thing. I will also text you in the morning.
Please, Deepa. I already hit her up on Signal, I think, because I wanted her to be on it. Obviously, I want Deepa to be on it. But yeah, Craig Murray would be amazing. I don't know who else. Like, I'm open to suggestions of. I would like to get people. I mean, you know, I'm sure you're thinking the same way I am. People who have been on it for a while, people who are not using this as like an opportunity. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I do. I don't think any of those broads want to talk to us anyway.
No. I'm pretty sure they all hate. Honestly, they've never said it, but I'm fairly certain they all hate me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think at least one of them has told me.
They all just ignore me mostly. I know they know. I mean, they've all acknowledged me at some point, and we all run in the same. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they all hate me though.
All right, boys and girls.
Yeah, I'm going to bed. We are really tired. Everybody in the chat's like, you guys are so tired. Missy, Rob says, Missy, you should call Roger Waters. Dude, Rob thinks I am way cooler than I actually am. You think I can just like pick up my phone and call Roger Waters? I wish that was my life.
Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep.
Like, I'm not all about like fame or like any, but like if I could be friends with Roger Waters, that would be amazing. If I could just pick up my phone and call Roger Waters, yeah, that would be amazing.
Hey,
I'm not that
Raj.
cool.
What's good?
But yeah, I'd love to have Roger Waters on one of our panels. Are you joking?
Right?
He's
Right?
a long-time, dedicated, loud Assange supporter. Those are my favorite kind. Yeah, I would love to have Roger Waters on one of our panels. No question.
Okay.
No question.
We're wrapping.
Sleepy.
What up?
Hi. Sleepy is literally the best.
Thank you, man.
Legit. I'm going to drop his buy me a coffee thing again.
Thank you, man. All right, I gotta go let your dog out.
Oh,
maybe
well,
I am.
yeah. I mean,
There it is.
given the opportunity.
What? You just needed the bong?
Yeah, and Gomez was like, "Oh, the door's open. I'm gonna take this opportunity to get let out."
Rob, I don't know what that means. He'll listen to you because you're nobody else. I don't know what that means. Yes, I want to have the London protesters on. Yes. Allie, Eric, well, it's not technically today anymore, but I guess yesterday, March 2nd, was Eric's birthday. Our friend Eric, he's 94 today or yesterday, whatever.
Wow.
So yeah, lifelong on the ground frontline activist, a bona fide badass. I love
All
him.
right, guys, I gotta get out of here.
All right, come hang out with us
right.
tomorrow morning show, regular time. Immediately afterwards, we're hanging out with Corey Morningstar and Vanessa Beeley and Hunter
Nice.
Carranza and Glory Jones. That's gonna be fucking awesome. And that's 10 a.m. on the West Coast, 1 p.m. on the East Coast. Morning show, 8 a.m. on the West Coast, 11 a.m. on the East Coast. Yeah, that'll do for now.
All right, Jesse Jet's on Bandcamp.
Yep.
I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. And then I'm on Twitter. You guys know where I am. Like I said, sometimes I remember to tweet about my stuff. Sometimes I don't. But I'm not listing all my stuff. Anyways, I'm really tired. Yes, you're right. Everybody in the chat's like, you guys are so tired. Yes, I am really tired. I'm stressed out and I haven't been sleeping. And yes.
Yeah, I got like 2 hours of work to do at least right now.
Oh, and I think I have a kid up. Okay, I do have to go. All right.
All right.
Bye, guys. We love
Been a
you.
pleasure.
Thanks for hanging out in the chat. And we'll see you tomorrow. Free the Truth. Glory Jones, 4 o'clock.
There you go.
KRTD Media, although it's not called that anymore, but Kerberos? I'm not sure how to say it. Whatever. I'm on that network. I don't know how to say it. 4 o'clock tomorrow. Free the Truth. We'll see you then. Bye, guys.